I have to start by saying that this has been one of my favorite projects. The people that are working on this are just fantastic, and it includes everyone that's on the team, everyone from Brandy Farmer of Centro Civico to Peter Caroon, the development consultant, and the EPA and the state voluntary cleanup program. Everyone that is working on this is just fabulous, and they're all bringing solutions to the table that no one of us could have done on our own. So the thing that really drives me on this one is working with such a great team, but it's also going to have such an impressive and fantastic end result that we're very excited to be part of it.
Centro Civico Mexicano was established in 1935 by Mexicans who came to Utah to work on the railroads and in the mines. They came out here and they started to bring their families out, and they began to miss their cultures and traditions. And so they began to gather at different homes to celebrate their cultures.
Well, Centro Civico Mexicano was very dedicated to the fact that they were going to stay here. This was their home. They could have sold this property and moved somewhere else and probably bought a building, but they wanted to be in downtown Salt Lake City. That's where they've been for years and felt it was important to stay here.
The dream to tear down the old building and build a new community center, and also have housing and office space for us to lease out.
We called our friends at Terracon after they did the phase 2, and they told us, unfortunately, that there were some PAHs, polynucleic aromatic hydrocarbons, I've learned since starting this process. And they said, well, we can help you, don't worry. We think the EPA might be able to help you. They've got a grant coming out, so they weren't just the environmental consultants, they also helped us figure out how to get through this process and how to pay for it at the same time. So this project would have been dead in the water if Terracon hadn't given us that consultation about not only what we need to do to clean it up, but also how we can pay for it.
After we finished our phase 1 and investigation findings and did identify that there was contamination here, it was clear that Centro Civico and their development partners needed a little bit more help trying to find a solution that would help them still build their community center and their new residential structure. So Terracon worked very closely with these guys, and we helped come up with some really interesting solutions that helped them both financially and technically. So we had specific meetings with the Department of Environmental Quality and the Voluntary Cleanup Program to introduce them to that as a program option. Down the road, we actually ended up doing the cleanup with their oversight, so that was a good first step for them. Another thing we did is we helped them find the funding sources to help them take on this extra burden that they weren't expecting with their construction project. So we feel very fortunate that we were able to help guide them and help them write grants that were awarded for both the EPA cleanup grant and for a Wasatch Brownfields Coalition cleanup grant.
Our doors are always open. We definitely want people involved well before they're in the actual shovels in the ground stage of their project. Get us involved early. We'll be able to tell you, here's what's out there, here's what we think will fit with your project, here's what we think may not work with your project. But we're always willing to bounce ideas off each other and talk so we can get the best tools available and make sure everything's a good fit and get things planned beforehand, so once you get to the cleanup stage, you just take off and go.
We're going to build something beautiful that the Hispanic community can be proud of and can come and be a part of it and invite all the other communities, just like the Mexicans who came here in the late 1800s. They came here with a lot of orgullo, which means pride of who they are and pride of their hard work and helping to build America.